the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And now Washington's starting group. Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's Jordan Poole. Then it's Sarr. And it's Coulibaly in at the 2. Here's Coulibaly. Nice ball movement by Washington. Middleton can't get it to go.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And the basket by Thomas.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here. Guys?
Thank you, David. Middleton finds Coulibaly. Offline with his 3. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Brent Coulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Well, Kevin, I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Williams from outside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
George sets a screen for Poole. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Poole's got 6 points.
Shooters shoot. Poole just couldn't let that 3 go unanswered.
Russell from long range. Rebound by the Wizards.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Poole kicks to Middleton. Back to Poole. Sarr sets the screen for Poole. It's on target from the high post. He's got 8.
Yeah, I don't think that's at the top of the menu of shots that Jordan Poole likes to take, but he can knock it down with touch.
Outside for Thomas. Picked away. And here we go. Sarr heading to the hoop. Poole against Russell. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Outside Thomas. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Coulibaly. Offensive rebound. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Thomas passes to Russell. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
No hesitation as D'Angelo Russell, someone who does not lack confidence.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pass to Sarr. Good on the triple.
Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
On the wing, Williams. Fires the 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Sarr. Here's the 3. Drills it from outside. Sarr's got 6.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
The Wizards have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Koulibaly. Here's Middleton. Sarr with it. Thomas with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Johnson for three. The shot, no good. Tie game in Brooklyn. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
You know, so much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Kispert. George is out there with Holmes. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Carrington in at the two-guard position. Now, here's Melton. And Clowney can't get it to go. Pass to Kispert. Back to George. Kispert with it, working on Williams. George finds Smart. Pocket 6. Nice ball movement by Washington. Baseline try. Near the three-point line. It's Kispert. Johnson with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And when you watch Kispert, you know, Brent, you can see the aggression he plays with when he's going at the rim.
Yeah, sometimes Corey will surprise you because you know he's a spot-up shooter and you know he's elite at doing that, but he will attack, go in there, and throw his body at guys to create some scoring opportunities.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
The Nets with the lead. Here's Wilson. Oh, good on the three. Washington's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Champagne's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Clowney, defended by George. Sharp, that's good.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Pass to Champagne. Puts up a three. Outside for Smart. From past the arc. Excellent D there from Williams. Brooklyn's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And a foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Trendon Watford's checked in for the Nets. And a change for the Wizards. Dave's checked in. Wilson the pass to Watford. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Poole against Russell. Claxton the pass to Russell. And again, no good by Brooklyn. It's deflected. Poole kicks to Middleton. 1:49 left in the second quarter. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Johnson the pass to Thomas. Three-pointer. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Wizards have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Back to Middleton. Pass to Poole. Kicks it down to Middleton. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
And here is Johnson. Back to Russell. And here we go. Washington fast break. Now Sarr to the wing on the left. Down low. Kicks it down to Middleton. Fires for three. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And that kind of consistency from Middleton from 3, that's huge.
Johnson, a wide open look, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. In the corner, Middleton with it. On the wing, Koulibaly, covered by Johnson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Johnson.
That's what makes Johnson so difficult to guard. He's got that quick trigger.
Pass to Poole. Bay with the screen for Poole. Sarr with it. Shoots from the elbow, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Hard to leave any player that wide open from that distance.
11 seconds left in the first half. Outside for Thomas. And the Nets, another 3.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Alex Sarr in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Russell is out there with Cam Thomas. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. So that's the Nets 5. You know, Brent, the Wizards had a very tough 23-24 campaign, didn't they?
Very difficult for everybody, their fans, their ownership, and their coaching staff, which changed last year. Just 15 wins, a record low for a very prideful Washington franchise. Their offense struggled, their defense was 28th. On the bright side, a lot of minutes went to their younger players, so it's going to be another year of development in Washington.
Nets trail by 3. Russell dishes to Thomas. Russell with it. Picked up by Poole, and the basket by Johnson.
The defense better make sure they're sticking to all 4 other players, or else D'Angelo's going to find the open man.
In the corner, it's Koulibaly. Hits it from 3-point range. Koulibaly's got his first 3 points of the game.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Williams. He has 6. And the Nets, another 3.
0 defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide open 3.
On the wing, Koulibaly. And here's George for 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. Johnson for 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Pass to Koulibaly. Fires the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got 7 rebounds in the game. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Now here's Thomas. 8 points for him. 5 on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Williams finds Thomas. The kick out to Williams. Offensive rebound, Nets. Tries to keep it alive. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Wilson, he's checked in for the Nets. Johnson comes in for Russell. Tipped away and stolen by Sarr. George passes to Sarr.
Third quarter.
Back to George. Claxton with the steal. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Poole. Trendon Watford's checked in for Williams. And a change for the Wizards. Bays checked in for George. Nets leading by 3. Here's Watford. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Washington again turning it over.
Boy, I tell you what, you want to talk about a long bomb. Good luck catching that thing cleanly.
Johnson with a screen on Poole. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Pass to Kispert. Back to Poole. To the left wing. 6 to shoot. Back to Kispert to end the drought. The rebound by Watford. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And stolen by Bay. And 1:01 left in the third quarter. For 3, Kispert sinks the three-pointer. Kispert's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Johnson, the pass to Wilson. Johnson, the screen. The shot by Wilson, no good. Washington's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Pass to Poole. Back to Kispert. Here's Sarr. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting about 42% so far. Johnson for 3. Sinks the triple. Johnson's got 6. And so it's Washington with it.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Here's Kispert. No good there off the double clutch.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, put the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. They've got Gill. Sadiq Bey is out there with Smart. And it's Champagnie in at the 4 spot. Here's Champagnie. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Clowney. That's in coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
And right now is when you have to lay it on the line. Between the two teams, they've clearly been the aggressor.
Gill against Sharp. Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Carrington missing. Brooklyn leading by 8. To the wing right side. Pass to Clowney. Johnson kicks to Wilson. Back to Johnson. Watford with it. He's covered by Gill. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's foul number 2 for him. And Brooklyn making a change here. Thomas is checked in. And then for Washington, Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Gill. And Middleton subbed in for Bay. Thomas's shot is off.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Nets leading by 7. Poked away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Champagnie. No good with the triple. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Outside Wilson to the left side wing. Five to shoot. Here's Clowney. Good on the 13-footer. And the Nets lead by 9. Washington's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Launches it. Smart misses.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Carrington, that's good.
Middleton right now seeing the floor and delivering the ball well to his teammates. Good at finding the open man.
Thomas outside. Rebound by the Wizards. Pass to Middleton. From the arc. That one, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Middleton. Here's Champagnie. Outside, Smart. Now here's Middleton. To the middle. Outside for Smart. A 3-ball. A rebound by the Nets. Sharp's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And that's an intentional foul. So both teams changing it up here. 1:11 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Thomas. And it's good off the back rim and in.
You got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Koulibaly, no good. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Johnson can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The Wizards with another miss.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And the Wizards with possession. It counts. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
Russell with the bucket.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Now here's Thomas. He's defended by Koulibaly. So it's the Nets picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear
player, that can be a bit frustrating. But when you're a vet, you welcome games like this where everyone can take their time.
Now Atlanta's starting five. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5. From deep, Johnson gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch. And that's what they teach you at every level. Get a body on your man, box out, grab the board.
Young misses. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. We talked about star guard Trae Young, their biggest problem tonight. Coach said Young is one of the most explosive offensive guys in this league. We want to make him a volume scorer. Force Trae into lower percentage looks. Should be a fascinating matchup, BA.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from deep. And how about Nick Claxton? You'd be hard-pressed to find a more versatile defender.
He's come so far in that area since he came into the league. He's become an elite defender. There isn't a position on the floor he can't guard.
The Hawks have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Young, the pass to Okongwu. Three-pointer. And Young, the bucket on the assist from Okongwu.
Yeah, Trae Young can change the course of a game with his outside shooting.
Now here's Russell. From deep, Johnson. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Thomas. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. The Hawks have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Young, the pass to Johnson. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And a change for the Hawks. LeVert's checked in. Now here's Young. Three-pointer. Doesn't go that time.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And Atlanta shooting just about 29% so far. Not great. Here's Daniels. Knocks down the long J.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Johnson on the wing. And here's Thomas from the arc. Counted from distance.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Here's Young. Pass to Daniels. From outside the arc. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Yeah, what a look. I mean, Young, a high-level passer.
Russell finds Thomas. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Thomas has got 6.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
The shot by LeVert, no good. The Nets have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Here's Thomas. And again, it's Brooklyn.
Nice pass by Cam Johnson, keeping his eyes up, letting things unfold.
The Hawks trailing. You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
Now here's Thomas. Give him 8. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you know it takes skill for you to get your shot up over a bigger guy. Little giant killer. That's impressive stuff.
Young against Russell. Young, the pass to Daniels. Young looking around. And Atlanta misses again.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Johnson with a bucket.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Daniels, that one's true. He's got 9.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Russell from deep three-point land. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Young. Gets it off. No good. Would have counted had it gone. Cam Thomas getting it done for Brooklyn. He dropped 3. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
They've got Johnson. He's out there with DeAnthony Melton. Sharp out there with Williams. And it's Clowney in at the 4-man position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
KBA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Melton. Johnson for 3. And it's Niang with the rebound. Second quarter of basketball. About a minute played so far. What's impressive about Karis LeVert, he's played a lot of different roles, Richard.
From averaging 20 points a game to more of a complimentary scorer. Look, LeVert has been a starter. He's come off the bench. He has thrived in any assignment you give him.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Misses the 3. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Pass to Niang. From the wing. Yep, count it. Niang's got 8. The Nets have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. From deep, Melton. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Hawks leading. Here's LeVert. Niang outside. Here's Mann. Off target from outside. Brooklyn's gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Williams' shot is good.
Now put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Niang, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Johnson for 3. And it's Niang with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. 4-3. Sharp grabs the miss.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Williams from long range. On target from range. Williams has got 8 points in the quarter.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
Outside Johnson. No good on the triple. Hawks trail by 5. Niang, left side. Knocks down the triple. 11 points in the game. All right, I don't want to make you feel too old here, RJ, but you did get drafted back in 2001. What's the biggest change to the game, you think?
Oh, I think without a doubt the physicality and the 3-ball. Teams are not as physical, and they shoot a lot more threes. When I came in, they were barely shooting them. Now that's all that matters.
Niang, the pass to Capella. Outside Mann. Over to the wing. 6 to shoot. Wide open look. Buries the jump shot.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Now here's Johnson. He's covered closely. There's the screen by Johnson. Williams passes to Johnson. Back to Williams. The 3-ball. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now here's Niang. 11 points in the game. Oh, he missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Williams from long range. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Johnson comes in for Clowney. Thomas, he's checked in for Johnson. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Melton. And a new group getting ready for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Johnson comes in for Niang. Daniels is checked in for Mann. And it's Trae Young in for LeVert. From deep, Johnson. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 8 now. From deep, Johnson fires in the triple. Johnson's got 6.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Yeah, the D is looking helpless to stop them right now. They're doing whatever they want to do on offense.
And so it's Brooklyn. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They've been lights out from deep, and it's a big reason why they have a lead in this one. Back after this. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Nets leading by 9. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Risache in at the 3. And the Hawks shooting only 39% so far in the game. Here's Young. Pass to Johnson. Outside Young. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Connects from downtown.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department. And then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
And here's Thomas from the arc. Pass to Williams. Thomas outside. Outside Johnson. The 3 is up. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And here's Okongwu. Johnson a screen on Claxton. Okongwu finds Johnson. Here's Daniels. Takes a 3. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
Pass to Williams. Thomas outside. Takes the 3. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Young from long range. Pass to Risache. Here's Daniels. They set the pick. The fadeaway. Rebound Brooklyn. Claxton's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Lets it go. The rebound by Atlanta.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Daniels passes to Young from the arc. That is Trey's shot, the three.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Outside Johnson. Shoots over Johnson. Ball stolen. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. There's Young with the three. And it's Young again missing. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Hawks trail by 3. Left side, Young. Pass to Rizachet. Back to Young. The kick out to Johnson. Here's Daniels. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Russell. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Brooklyn shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Wilson comes in for Williams. Johnson, he's checked in for Thomas. And Watford subbed in for Russell. Nails it from 3.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
That's tipped. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, it'll be Hawks ball. Clowney, he's checked in for Johnson. Krejci's checked in for Atlanta. Pass to Niang. And here's Capella. Back to Niang. This one for 3. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
Drew the defense and made the proper read, hitting his teammates on the perimeter.
Brooklyn shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he can't get the first one. Good on the second one. Here's LeVert. Yet to see a basket. Outside man. Niang outside. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And offensively, a great show. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Biggs love when their passing skills are noticed.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. They've got Trendon Watford, also Johnson out there, and it's Wilson in at small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Pass to Clowney, puts up a 3. He buries it from 3. Clowney's got his first 3 points of the game.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Outside for LeVert. Niang outside. Here's man. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
To the right side. LeVert goes against Johnson. Sharp up top. Over Capella. And it's Niang with a rebound. Niang's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's LeVert. Pass to Niang to take the lead. Clowney pulls it in.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Fires it. Atlanta with the rebound. Niang's got his 5th rebound in this one. The drive by man. Niang with it. There's the screen. There's the 3. Brooklyn with the board. Sharp's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Clowney. Buries it from 3. Here's LeVert. Here's Niang. And Atlanta misses again. Nets leading by 5. Inside. Deflects the pass. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levert.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
So Brooklyn ends up going with a new group. The shot by Johnson, no good. Hawks trail by 5. Left side, Young. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. The 3. Sinks it from distance. Daniels has got 9 points here in the second half.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Russell, the pass to Claxton. Now Russell. Thomas outside. The Nets need to get off a shot here. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
To tie it up. Daniels, that one's true. Daniels has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots. He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
It's because he's reading where the shots are going and getting to the right position, just outworking everyone early on the glass.
Thomas passes to Claxton. Back to Thomas. Outside Russell. Back to Thomas. Outside Russell. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
The Hawks have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Pass to Daniels. To take the lead. And there's the drive. Here's Young. Yes, they get the go-ahead bucket. And the Hawks lead by 2.
And this is why Young is a go-to guy. He can get it done even under the toughest circumstances.
Williams from long range.
It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
You aren't exaggerating. You don't get to 20 rebounds without having a special talent for grabbing misses.
What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
Here's Thomas for 3. Oh, the trifecta!
ICE, ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Driving inside. Back to Young. Here's Daniels. Drains the triple.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Williams from long range. Okongwu with the rebound. And Young has got the ball here for the Hawks. Daniels. And the 3 off target. Russell deciding where to go with it. Thomas outside. No good from 3-point range. So it's a narrow victory for the Hawks. Pulling it out for the hard alley. Good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Risache and Johnson. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Okongwu in at the 5. Sarr sets the screen for Poole. It's Sarr, top of the key. From outside the arc, drills the three-pointer.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
Young with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. There's the 3. And it's Risache missing. Now Sarr. Pass to Coulibaly. On the wing, George. From deep. Okongwu grabs the board. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks streak, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this score, but defense has been non-existent. Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
For Washington, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Good on the bucket. Sarr's got 8.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Young from outside. Drops in the tray.
And that's just too easy for Young. The D has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
Pass to Poole. There's a screen. Now Sarr lets it go with a 3. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And here are the Wizards now. They're on an 11-3 run. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. The Hawks trail by 5. Young outside. Pass to Johnson. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Coulibaly. The Wizards have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul. Kisper's checked in for George. And a switch here also for Atlanta. LeVert's checked in. The Hawks shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Young passes to Johnson. For the 3. Young, no good. Wizards leading by 5. Out to the right wing. Back to Coulibaly. Nailed from three-point land.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
And DB, the measurables jump off the page for Coulibaly. 6'8" with a 7'2" arm span.
Yeah, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
Maybe that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Niang comes in for Johnson. Mann's checked in for Daniels. And it's Rizachet in for Trae Young. And Washington has possession. Following the three by Atlanta. Stolen by LeVert. Fast break, the Hawks. Rebounded by the Wizards. And here is Kispert. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Mann, and the rejection by Holmes. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Holmes.
Coming onto the floor for your Wizard, number 9, Justin.
Ball stolen. And that does it for the first quarter. Wizards lead by 7. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Wizards.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
George is out there with Corey Kispert. Then there's Smart, and it's Carrington in at the 2 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. In the corner, Smart with it. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, it doesn't get any prettier than a corner 3. Marcus Smart would agree on that one.
Mann passes to Capella. Back to Mann. Pass to Niang. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Wizards. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Near the three-point line, it's Kispert. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
There's been a lot of turnover in Washington doors over the last few years. Where do you think they go from here?
I think the first thing they're looking for, Kevin, is obviously a cornerstone around which to build your team. Recently, it was Bradley Beal. Now they are looking for someone to step up and be their guy.
Doris, I know the NBA is considering using technology to help officiate out of bounds and goaltending. Do you have a problem with that?
You know, Kev, at the end of the day, I think it is about getting the calls right. If there's a way to lift the load off these officials, even if it's around the margins, why not try it?
And the Wizards making a change here. Dave's checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Buffkin's checked in. Here's Buffkin. Here's Mann. A three-pointer is right on target. Mann's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Smart kicks to Bay.
Hey, yo, right here.
Back to Smart. Pass to Kispert. Smart with the ball. Just 3 to shoot. Bay finds Kispert. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. LeVert in the corner. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Boy, the confidence level you can see in Karis LeVert to catch and shoot. It hits his fingertips, and he's ready to roll.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Kispert. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Capella.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Gill is checked in for the Wizards. Atlanta making some changes. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Wizards leading by 9. Pass to Champagny. Young with the steal. With the drive, here's Okongwu.
Wizards foul.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
1:41 left in the first half. Johnson with a screen on Middleton. And it's Ricochet missing. Washington has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Outside for George. Middleton outside. Trey. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound in this one. The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
We know, Doris, at one point the Wizards had one of the most unique pairings in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
Middleton left side. And now Daniels pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Young with no one around. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Young's got 6.
Oh, great look there. Young off a pass will normally knock those down.
Here's Koulibaly. And again, Washington no good. And it's the Hawks' ball. They've got a 13-2 run goal. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. Both free throws good from Daniels. 27 seconds left here in the second. And here's Poole for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got rebound number 5 here tonight. Johnson, a wide open look. Connect. From three-point range. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now, here's Poole. Here's Koulibaly. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
27.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Alex Sarr in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Trey Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Ricochet in at the small forward position. Looking back at the 2019 draft, Jordan Poole was picked number 28. And Doris, he's already experienced the highs and lows of the NBA.
Well, Kev, let's remember that was a stacked draft class. And I think what you've seen from Jordan Poole is this incredible ability to hunt shots, to be willing to be a focal point on the offensive end. Let's remember, he's won a championship in his career, and that's something you can never take away.
Koulibaly, no good. The Hawks trail by 5. And Young kicks to Johnson. Ricochet wide open. They grab their own miss. Okongwu, the pass to Young. Johnson up top. This one for 3, and Trey Young hits from deep. Young's got 9.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Koulibaly, no good. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Back to Young. On the wing, Daniels. Paxton coming off the assist from Young. 10 points for him.
And how about the find by Trey, making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
Saw the pass to Poole. Here's Koulibaly. And it's off from three-point range. Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
First team foul.
The 3 from Poole. And another miss by Washington. The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Launches the 3. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Washington. Washington shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And the free throw, no good.
At the line for the Wizards, Jordan Poole. 1 shot.
Lets it go with the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Wizards lead by 2.
It really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness. And it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
First team foul.
Poole against Young. 3-pointer. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Nice ball movement by Washington. And Koulibaly gets it to go.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
And Young kicks to Daniels. Beyond the arc. Washington with the rebound. Middleton outside. Takes it inside. Here's the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Johnson for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists in the game. Risache with the steal. Pass to Daniels. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And this kid, Risache, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Washington trailing. Poole with no one around. Hands it from downtown. Poole's got 6 points in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And that one's good. Daniels.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Pass to Koulibaly. Poole against Young. Just 5 to shoot. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Koulibaly, no good. Hawks have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the 3rd. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the court.
Poole against LeVert. Pass to Carrington. Now Sarr. Clock at 4. Bay wide open and he fires. The Wizards with another miss. The Hawks leading by 3. Here we go. 1-on-1. The 3. Now here's LeVert. No good on the triple. George from deep 3-point land, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Just a terrific. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this 4th quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Smart. Sadiq Bey is out there with Holmes. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Smart passes to Bey. Back to Smart. From past the arc. Rebounded by Capella. Atlanta shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. LeVert from outside. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
Smart passes to Champagnie. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
And Washington making a change here. Kispert's checked in. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Krejci. Kept alive. Stolen by Kispert. It's intercepted. LeVert with a wide open look. Atlanta again missing. Wizards trail by 3. They kicks to Kispert. And the three ball is good.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
There's a good screen. Here's Niang. Rebound by the Wizards. Here's Kispert. Out left to the wing. Pass to Champagnie to take the lead. And again, Washington with the triple.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
And here's LeVert. Now, Niang. He's defended by Bay. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bay.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Young from outside. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 4 assists in the game. Middleton on the wing. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Outside for George. In the corner, Middleton with it. 4 on the clock. Here's Poole. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's Young. Pass to Daniel. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
That's an important shot right there, guys. I mean, he's produced from deep all game long.
Yeah, he's done more work outside the arc than inside it, and that's not going to change now. They'll ride his long-range game all the way to the end of this one.
Oh, huge basket from the big fella Sarr. This rookie is fearless.
And Young kicks to Okongwu. From deep, Johnson. Second chance shot. Pass to Daniel. Knocks down the 3 ball. Daniels has got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, what else is new? This guy's accuracy this quarter has been phenomenal.
Song, the pass to Poole. A bit under 3.5 minutes of pass here in the 4th. George finds Koulibaly. From outside the arc. Ball's knocked loose.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from 3 is not the answer.
And it's Risa Shea missing. Wizards trail by 3. Middleton outside. 3-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And the pressure just doesn't get to Middleton. In fact, he enjoys, embraces it, loves the opportunity to take the big shot.
First team foul.
1:03 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Risa Shea in the corner. Back to Daniels. Here's Okongwu. Okongwu with the screen for Young. Okongwu kicks to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. The Hawks need to get off a shot here.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Oh, and here comes Young all alone. Money!
So calm when the game is on the line. Young knows it's his job to bring this game home. They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
Good.
And this kid has star written all over him. Star putting the league on notice.
After Rizichet. Young left side. Here's Rizichet. Trains it from downtown.
Coming up big. What poise from Rizichet on that clutch bucket.
Here's Koulibaly. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Young way outside. Misses the shot. And so the Hawks take the win. A truly gutsy performance. Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
developing young talent, Grant.
Absolutely, B.A. These rosters are filled with young stars. They have a chance to make some noise in the coming years. They just need to continue to grow as individuals and as a team.
And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Williams in at the small forward. Poole outside. Fires for three. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Shooters shoot. Poole just couldn't let that three go unanswered.
Russell, that's good.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Middleton, no good. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Here's Thomas for three. Sarr pulls it in.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
First team foul.
Pass to Thomas. Here's Russell. Rebound, Washington. Here's Poole. Thomas with the defensive effort. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Just over a minute and a half in. Russell to pass to Johnson. Here's Thomas from downtown. Sarr pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Washington again can't hit. Brooklyn has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. And Bilal Coulibaly picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
And here's Thomas from the arc. And again, it's the Nets missing. Washington has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Lets it go from deep. And it's Coulibaly missing.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Looking to end the run. And Poole with the lay-in. Poole's got 5 points.
Poole can make some of those inside off-balance opportunities look easy.
The three from Russell. Sarr pulls it in. The Wizards trail by 7. Poole with the ball. Claxton picks him up. Poole shot is off. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside, Williams. Here's Thomas for three. Gets the 3 ball to go. He's got 9.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
From deep 3-point range. No good. And the Wizards shooting just 22% in the early stages of this one. Nets leading by 10. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Washington making a change here. Kispert's checked in. And the Nets also making a change. Johnson's checked in. In transition, here they come. Claxton with the block. And as he goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession. Brooklyn making some changes. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Wilson comes in for Thomas. And it's Melton in for Russell. And the three-pointer goes.
And he's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Johnson finds Johnson. Outside Johnson. Wilson passes to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Melton from behind the arc. It's rebounded by Washington. Poole outside. Off target from three-point range.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Wizards trail by 7. And here's Kispert from the arc. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Great open look there.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Poole shot is off.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
The shot by Johnson, no good. Bay from long range. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Brooklyn closing out the quarter with a... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
We've got Marcus Smart. Kispert is out there with George. And it's Champagnie at the 5, down low. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
The Wizards trail by 5 with the Bradley Beal trade. Washington made it clear they were going in a new direction, Brent.
Yeah, it felt like the Wizards were stuck in the Delaware just a little bit. They won 34 or 35 games for 3 straight seasons, and trading away Bradley Beal was an admittance to, hey, we've got to start over. We've got to do something to get some younger players in here on the roster and give us some flexibility. The future is now for the Washington Wizards.
No good from outside. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And it's Smart missing. Nets leading by 5. Pass to Johnson. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Bay, he's checked in for Kispert.
First team foul.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Now here's Johnson, defended by Smart. Brooklyn, no good that time either. The Wizards have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Back to Bay. George outside. Pass to Carrington. Fires the 3. Sharp grabs the miss. Sharp's got 5 rebounds in the game. To the inside. Here's Wilson. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Wilson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Let's go with a 3. And again, Washington, no good. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. 3-pointer Sharp. And Bay pulls it down. The Wizards trail by 8. Jacks up a 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, B.A., dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block, B.A.
And that one's good. Middleton. Middleton's got his first basket. Brooklyn leading by 6. Watford outside. Thomas outside. Shoots. Now shooting 50% for the game. He's 4 for 8.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
From deep, Sarr sinks the tray.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Pass to Johnson. Launches it. Smart grabs the miss. And so Smart will bring it up for the Wizards. Trailing by 5. Middleton from the outside. The shot off that time. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. And as Chris Middleton has gotten older, Brent, he's had to battle a number of injuries.
Yeah, no doubt this is what happens to an aging player. And for Middleton, they seem to just be compounding. The tough thing for the squad that he plays with is just how reliable and important he's been in the biggest moments. So if he gives them confidence, he needs to find it back in his own body.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Well, the Wizards last season, for the first time in a long time, hitting the reset button. A losing record, no surprise, but they're trying to build something from the ground up. Enough of treading water in the middle, Brian. They're 45 straight seasons without hitting 50 wins, the longest such streak in NBA history.
Oof, not good there, Ali. Thank you. Lets the 3 fly. They get it back. Pass to Clowney. It's intercepted. Smart for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Claxton's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Puts it up. The rebound by the Wizards. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of this game. Champagnie, that's good.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Thomas. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Thomas has gotten 4 this quarter.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the game here.
On the court.
We've got 13 seconds left in the second quarter.
Hey, yo, right here.
And a deep 3 from Russell. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Russell's got 6 points. Here's Koulibaly. And so it's Brooklyn. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. Back to the game after this break. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
On the floor for the Nets, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3. Russell with the ball. Poole picks him up. Pass to Claxton. Hey, from beyond the arc. Rebound by Middleton. The Wizards trail by 11. Poole for 3. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Williams from long range. It's rebounded by Washington. Koulibaly on the wing. Thomas defends. Kept alive. Poole, the pass to Sarr. Middleton outside. And stolen by Williams. He launches a 3. Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's got his second basket.
Energetic play from Johnson, working hard to take advantage on the break.
Well, Brent, since 1980, the Wizards have had home court advantage in the playoffs just one time.
BA, do you want to have anything that you want to share that's positive about the Wizards? I mean, this team has not made it out of the second round in that span, so hard to envision that happening anytime soon. You got a long way to go.
Middleton from the outside. He drops it from range. Middleton's got 5 points.
Now, dare Middleton to answer you, and he will. That's one competitive guy.
Russell against Poole. Now here's Russell. He has 6. Thomas, that's good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Willing passers, unselfish play. Have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Beyond the arc. Rebound by Middleton.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Shot is up.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Poole for 3. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Give him 8.
And Poole is such a tough and dynamic three-point shooter. He's comfortable firing from anywhere.
Outside, Williams. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Williams against Middleton. George for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Claxton's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Johnson on the wing. Back to Claxton. Hey, expanding his range. Sends it home from three-point land. Claxton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Wizards trail by 14. Here's the 3. Poole shot is off. Brooklyn's got 4 of 8 attempts to fall from deep here in the third quarter. Well, whenever Jordan Poole is out there, Brent, you expect some highlight reel moments.
Well, there's no doubt that Jordan Poole's the kind of player that's going to take some chances. And sometimes it doesn't go so well, but when the times pay off, B.A., it is spectacular.
Claxton. It's rebounded by Washington.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Got it from about 16 feet. Claxton's got 5 points now this quarter.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
Nets leading by 16. Outside Russell. Claxton against George. The kick out to Williams. For 3. Pure from three-point range. Williams has got 6 points.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Claxton attacking. Count that one. He's got 7.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Now here's Thomas. Coulibaly defending. Thomas outside from deep three-point land. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Coulibaly. Washington again can't hit.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
The 3, George drops in the 3. George has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Where was the perimeter D on that one? You have to guard against all possibilities.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting on a comfortable. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Sadiq Bey. He's out there with Kispert, and it's Carrington in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Washington right now. And here's Kispert from the arc. That's good, and it's Smart with the assist.
That's pretty much not how they want to bend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
The baseline, Jay. Gill grabs the board. Wizards trail by 18. Kispert on the wing. Fires from deep. The rebound by the Nets. Sharp's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Hey, good.
Bay can use a mix of power and finesse. He gets that close.
Outside Sharp.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And Washington making a change here. Champagne's checked in.
Coming onto the floor for your Wizards.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Kispert on the wing. There's the triple. Nails it from beyond the arc.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Watford the pass to Johnson. Hits the trifecta. And the Nets lead by 16.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Three-pointer Sharp. And Bay pulls it down. Washington's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
The shot by Watford, no good. The Wizards have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. And it's Smart missing. Brooklyn leading by 14. It's stolen by Smart. Shot from 12. Bay, no good. Brooklyn's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
A great decision from Smart. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
And Watford, here we go. Here's Wilson. And the Nets miss again. And Washington with possession. They're on a 12-3 run. Three-pointer Kispert, and give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
And his perimeter shooting might be the key to trimming their deficit.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
Hey, from long range. Sharp grabs the miss. Sharp's got his 7th rebound here tonight. From deep, Watford gets the bucket. The Wizards trail by 12. Bay from long range. Sharp grabs the miss. Sharp's got rebound number 8 now. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Kispert. The 3 is up. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Getting the ball and taking his shot, Smart makes it look almost effortless.
Pass to Johnson. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Washington. Kispert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Bay with a screen. Carrington. Off the mark there with a 3. Brooklyn leading by 12.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Nets.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Nicholas Claxton.
I like his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
And here's Kispert from the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. 26 seconds left to play in the fourth. Pass to Clowney. Second shot opportunity. They get the rebound. Oh, got a piece of it. Three-pointer Kispert. Wilson grabs the board. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance.
Is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Russell is out there with Cam Thomas. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. And here's Young after D'Angelo Russell hitting the 3. A wide open look here for Okongwu. That's in coming off the assist from Young.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting lead. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And it's Russell missing.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Young with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Back to Young. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Young. Pass to Daniels. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Excellent ball movement. Young being unselfish.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Thomas's shot is off. Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Russell. And the Nets miss again.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Young, no good. The Nets still looking like they're getting going. Trailing by 5. Williams gets the bucket.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
It's Thomas outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Russell against Young. Daniels passes to Young. Over Russell. Young, no good. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
They've out-hustled the opponent so far in this one. A lot of points in the open floor, and that's giving them the advantage.
Karis LeVert's checked in for Rizachet. The drive by Russell. Johnson for 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. And Young kicks to Daniels. Back to Young. And they get it. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And that's just too easy for Young. The D has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
Pass to Russell. Fires for 3. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Daniels passes to Johnson. Young in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. No good that time. Brooklyn trailing. Johnson in the corner. 20 feet out. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now, here is Young. On the wing, Daniels. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Johnson. It's up a 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
It's stolen. On the wing, Johnson. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Offline with his 3. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Daniels kicks to LeVert. From outside, off the mark. And Brooklyn has possession. Trailing by 2. Near the 3-point line, it's Thomas. Cans the shot from the wing. Thomas got 5.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pass to Johnson. Young for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. It's the end of the first with a tie game here, and already these offenses are clicking. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, look, and whether it's a point-blank putback or a kick-out for an open 3, offensive rebounds usually generate quality shots.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Williams. Johnson is out there with the Anthony Melton. Then it's Sharp, and it's Clowney in at the power forward. Now, here's Capella. It's LeVert on the wing. Here's Mann. Cranes the 3-pointer.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
Johnson finds Sharp. Takes a 3. The rebound by Niang. The Hawks shooting 40% from the field. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Lets the 3 fly. Niang, that's good. Niang's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now, here's Johnson. The kick out to Williams. Over to the left wing. From the arc. Buries it from 3-point range. Williams has got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Pass to Niang. Back to Mann. Lets it go. Here's Niang. For the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Clowney. A miss that time would have put him up. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Hawks. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. They set the pick. Niang, no good. Nets have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Shots good by Wilson. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen, the best three-point shooter or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Levert the pass to Niang. The three. The rebound by Sharp. Nets trail by 3.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Johnson comes in for George Niang. Dyson Daniels checked in for Mann. Young is subbed in for Levert. Rizachet wide open. The Hawks again can't hit. Brooklyn's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Thomas set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Johnson outside. Young looking it over. Back to Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
The three from Thomas. And no good that time. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And some good action through the first 2. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Nets trail by 3. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Trae Young is out there with Daniel. And it's Rizachet in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Russell, no luck. The Hawks leading by 3. Pass to Daniel. Young outside. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got 6 rebounds in the game. For 3, Williams. Good on the three-point shot. Williams has got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
Young from outside hits the three-point bomb. Young's got 6 points.
Matching baskets from the perimeter and earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Johnson. Outside Russell. And Thomas now, top of the key. Nobody near Williams. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Williams has got 6 points in the quarter.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Williams passes to Russell. Over in the corner, Claxton. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster. I'm not sure if anyone on the team has the green light from there. Definitely not him.
Well, that's the shot where if you make it, everything's fine. But if not, you're going to hear about it.
Daniel from outside. Brooklyn with the rebound. Young with the steal. Daniels kicks to Young. To end the run. Buries the long-range jumper. Young's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Atlanta. Johnson, the pass to Claxton. Johnson dishes to Thomas. And again, it's the Nets missing.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Brooklyn's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Johnson against Johnson. Johnson attacking. Here's Okongwu. Another shot. The kick out to Young. The tray. Drills it from outside. Young's got 9 points here in the second half.
A bad man on the offensive end. Young can really be a menace with his shooting.
Johnson outside. Back to Thomas. Shoots over Johnson. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
And Young kicks to Johnson. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Russell. Pass to Daniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Risacher. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got rebound number 8 now on the night. To the inside. Outside for Thomas. Fires the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Johnson for 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. From deep, Thomas. Again, Thomas missing.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Drills the three-pointer.
You know, such a selfless player. I love how Young stays consistent and how he involves his teammates.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Such a wide-open look.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Williams for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for it. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Sharp. Johnson is out there with Trendon Watford. And it's Wilson in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Wilson. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Wilson. Nailed from three-point land.
What a time for him to step up. Big 3 right there.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity in this league.
Here's Mann. Here's Niang. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Clowney. He's covered by Niang. And Clowney can't get it to go. The Hawks leading by 3 to the right side. Here's Niang. And he's good on the 3-ball. Niang's got 7 points for the quarter.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Good on the triple.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pass to Niang. And the 3 off target.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Back to Watford.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Hawks on D. 3-point lead. Outside for Thomas. Clock at 6. The Nets working the ball around now. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Here's Rizachet, sinks the 3-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Assertive play by Rizachet. Not every rookie is ready to shoulder the big moment.
A 3-pointer is right on target.
And really, just when the fans were starting to get into this game, how about the silencer at the other end for a potential game-saving 3?
The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. To take the lead, again, the Nets for 2. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
And Young, here we go. Pass to Daniel. Oh, good from outside.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Now, here is Young. And there's Daniel. That's good on the assist from Young.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
Thomas kicks to Johnson. And a wide-open look for Claxton. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. Rizachet in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Here's Young. Got it.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Russell passes to Johnson. Back to Russell. Picked off in midair. Johnson kicks to Daniels. Pass to Rizachet. Uncovered. It doesn't go for him. It's Thomas on the wing. And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Thomas. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. Out to Russell. Pass to Williams. Thomas down low. There's Russell with the 3. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
a little bit of chippiness because it is clear these two teams don't like each other, and you and I are here for all of it.
Right side, Young. Pass to Johnson. Back to Young. And it's Poole with a rebound.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Gets the three to fall.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Johnson. There's Young with the three, and he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Sarr. Back to Koulibaly. Pass to Poole. Here's Sarr. Poole outside. Lets the three fly. That shot missing. And if you're a longtime Washington Wizards fan, you have to be pining for the glory days, Doris.
And think how far back those glory days were, the 1970s. Back then they made 4 finals and won 1 championship. But since that point, BA, they haven't even made a conference finals. And yet again, they are in a rebuild. Incredible.
Washington has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Poke loose. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Atlanta shooting their first foul shot of the game.
Like a lot of smaller guys, there's a real ferocity to Trae Young's game. He's willing to scrap to get what he wants.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Quinn Snyder. A big topic of conversation, Chris Middleton. Coach said Middleton is an incredible shooter. He said we cannot let him get comfortable. Shoot it directly off passes. Our goal, run Chris off that three-point line. Chris Middleton, hard to stop. Guys.
And Allie, thanks.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Here's Daniels. From outside, off the mark. For Washington, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Now here's Koulibaly. Rebounded by Johnson. Young with it. Poole picks him up. Pass to Okongwu from the arc. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
Yeah, what a look. I mean, Young, a high-level passer.
Here's Sarr. Poole outside. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. The Hawks leading. So many ups and downs in his career, Doris. You forget how young Jordan Poole is.
Well, think about opposite ends of the spectrum early on in his career. He goes down to the G League and then won a title all in a span of under 24 months. To me, he's still figuring out what works best for him, but the skill is undeniable.
And the Hawks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Kispert's checked in. Drains the triple.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
And Poole puts up a deep three, and they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Poole's got 6.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Pass to Johnson. Fourth three. Sarr pulls it in. Washington has gone 4 of 8 from outside in this first quarter. And it's Koulibaly missing.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Now here's Johnson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. 59 seconds left in the first. From deep, Sarr. Okongwu with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. They get it again. Outside Young. Three-pointer. Connects from downtown.
And yeah, this is the fire Young brings to every game. He won't Don't let a foul stop his shot.
So for the Hawks, Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Niang comes in for Johnson, and it's Rizachet in for Daniels. Three-pointer, Kispert. The shot no good. The Hawks lead by 5. Out to the right wing. The three from Rizachet. No luck on that one. Oh, deflected. LeVert passes to Capella. Young way outside. The long distance three is buried. 11 points in the game.
It's great to see Young working off the ball. He's got the skill set to flourish in that kind of action.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
And Young, here we go. Let's go with a three. Niang, no good. Three-pointer, Holmes. And that's not gonna go. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks leading by 6. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
Terrence Mann is out there with George Niang. Then it's Rizachet. Then it's Caris LeVert. And it's Capella in at center, filling out the middle. That's the group starting the 2nd quarter for the Hawks.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Here's Champagny. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Bay, he's checked in for Washington. Champagny sinks the tray.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Pass to Niang. Launches a three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Smart. Still no points. Here's Champagny. Fires the three. The rebound by Mann.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
Snatched up. Here's LeVert. Jacks up a three. Offensive board. Here's Niang. Here's Capella. Pass to Rizachet. On the wing man. He's covered by Bay. Here's Niang. Drills it from deep. Niang's got 6 here in the quarter. And so many screens today ride that line of moving or not. Doris, I think players get away with too much movement on picks.
I think, Brian, it definitely feels like there's a lot more gray area. You have these things now called drag screens. A lot of screens today feel like maybe 30 years ago they would have been a foul. So, hey, I always say, BA, officiating in this league with the speed and the skill is really, really difficult.
Hufkin, he's checked in for Atlanta. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Gills checked in for Champagny.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Wizards trail by 13. The three, George. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 4 rebounds in the game. LeVert with the ball. 6 points for him. Pass to Bufkin. 6 on the shot clock. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Don't you love how LeVert looks for his guys? Totally unselfish, does whatever it takes to get the win.
Doris, one thing you can say about Caris LeVert, he knows how to seize an opportunity.
And the thing about it, BA, is it doesn't matter if that opportunity comes when he's being a starter or when he's coming off the bench. His mindset is, my skill set is score, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Now here's LeVert. Oh, he picked him clean. And a fast break now for the Wizards. George for 3. LeVert with a rebound. The Hawks lead by 13. Puts up a 3. Niang, no good. Washington has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the 2nd quarter. Pass to Bufkin. The three. They shoot again. Outside for LeVert for three. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
I love watching Karis LeVert be assertive on the offensive end. The ability to rise and fire in the catch and shoot.
Up top A. Guarded by Capella. Such a wide open look.
Fading back. Nobody there to even challenge him.
Some room here for Capella. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. The Wizards trail by 16. There's the triple. He drops it from range. Carrington's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
Here's Bufkin. And he drew the blocking foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Sadiq Bey. Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And a new group getting ready for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Johnson comes in for Niang. Risache, he's checked in for Mann. And Daniels is subbed in for LeVert. For Washington, they've gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. George, nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now. The Hawks lead by 12. 36 seconds left in the half. Outside Johnson. Pass to Bufkin. Back to Johnson. Here's Bufkin. Beyond the arc. He can't get that one to fall. It's George on the drive. Drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Here's Daniels. No made baskets yet. No good with the triple. It's stolen away. The three. No good. Misses at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Hawks on top. They're up by 10. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Boy, what a great performance by Trae Young.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executed.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Checking out the group for Brian Keefe to start the second half. We've got Bilal Coulibaly. Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's Sarr, and it's Poole in at the 1. Here's Sarr. Lobs it up. Rejected by Okongwu. And here's the fast break. The 3 from Risache. Here's Johnson. The kick out to Young. And Chris Middleton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Young from long range. They get it again. Here's Daniels. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Poole from long range. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. At one point, they led by 16. The 3 from Risache. Pure from 3-point range. Risache's got 6.
I love how competitive this kid Risache is, coming right back with his own triple.
Here's Poole. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Well, Doris, you covered him. Jordan Poole was electric in the 2022 NBA Finals.
Well, B.A., there's no doubt they do not win the title without Jordan Poole and the lift he gave them at various points in that finals run. This guy is electric on the offensive end.
Oh, my goodness!
That was nice.
A ridiculous slam!
Look at the lift and the finish. And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Wizards trail by 15. Here's Middleton. Rebound Atlanta. Daniels has got 4 rebounds in the game. And he's going for the lob. Nice catch and finish on the lob.
Yeah, he can light up the stat sheet. Young really putting on a clinic.
The Wizards have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. The Hawks lead by 17. Lets it go from deep. Out of bounds, it'll be Wizards ball. Atlanta making some changes. Niang comes in for Daniels, and Caris LeVert is subbed in for Trae Young. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Sarr, fires the 3, and another miss by Washington. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's foul number 2 for him. Atlanta making some changes. Gay's checked in for Okongwu, and it's Matthews in for LeVert. Niang a screen. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Washington. Poole with the ball, and it's Niang picking him up. Count that bucket.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Here's Matthews, and Atlanta misses again. Wizards trail by 15. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Niang. Drops in the 3. Niang's got 12 points.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the 3 in transition.
The Hawks lead by 18. To the left side wing. Here's Matthews. Niang, right side. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Pass to Carrington. Corner shot. Gay with a rebound. And this is where they've struggled.
Yeah, the half court has not been kind to them. Let's see what they run.
Matthews. And the 3 off target. Wizards trail by 18. Now the Wizards in transition. Wow, so hard to stop Poole on the break.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
3-pointer Kispert. And again, Washington with a triple.
Oh, the defense has to stay attached to him on the perimeter.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Matthews. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Washington has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the arc since the break. They get it back. Out to the right wing. Here's Carrington. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Pass to Niang. Fires from deep. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
That is a huge three-pointer. Extends the lead at the last.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Atlanta on top, up by 15. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Clint Capella out there with George Niang. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then it's Caris LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the 1 spot. So that's the Hawks 5. Wizards trail by 15. Bay from long range. And he can't get that one. LeVert outside. Pass to Niang. Here's the 3. They grab their own miss. Fades away. Capella can't get it to go.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Takes the 3. Shot's good by Carrington.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Niang outside. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Nance, he's checked in for Niang. Kispert's checked in for Washington. Pass to Krejci. 3-pointer. Smart grabs a miss.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
It's scooped up. Here's Carrington. Smart with the ball. Nance covering. Three-pointer, Kispert. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And here's LeVert for 3. Nance. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Hawks lead by 14.
Well, just a tremendous job pursuing the basketball by Larry Nance Jr. and then gets the score to complement the board.
Here's Mann. Knocks down the long J. Mann's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
This one for 3. From downtown, it's LeVert on the wing. Launches it, knocks it down from distance.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
To halt the run, Champagne's shot is off.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Smart grabs a miss. Wizards trail by 20. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
They get the rebound. Bay against Nance. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Mann. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And it's a completely new group for the Hawks. Middleton from the outside. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Young. It's stolen by Poole. Throws it up high. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Here's Daniels from behind the arc. Sarr pulls it in. And the Wizards on the break. From deep. And it's Coulibaly missing. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Hawks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
Offensive rebound. Takes a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score.
Daniels misses. And Washington has possession. And there's the lob. And it's Coulibaly missing.
Almost a highlight reel play. Hey, you have to appreciate the effort there.
Young, the pass to Daniels.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
From deep three-point land. Washington with a rebound. Poole left side. Shoots over Young. No good. And so it's Atlanta easily grabbing this one. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Doris.